I am aware that Halloween has been over for quite a while, it's not going to stop me though from renovating the whole of Glimmerbrook, because this mansion was truly awful. I don't even think it's usable, to be honest with you. But this is Rockbridge Canyon, and just gonna be renovating that one. Yeah, I put a foundation down and decided it wasn't quite grand enough, so doing some terrain to try and figure that one out. And it does. The terrain system in The Sims 4 isn't great. Like I'm appreciative that we have it, of course. But like it's you can. Everyone says this about everything in The Sims 4, but you compare it to The Sims 2, and it's so much worse. The Sims 4 is basically just a worse version of The Sims 2. However, I don't want to continue with this negativity, so I'm trying to give it as cool an entrance as physically possible. But again, you know, that's speaking of the bad terrain tools. It's really irritating that you can't paint over those the brown bits on the side. What is the point? If the whole idea of having the terrain tools is to make my terrain look better, but it's just this ugly tan colour everywhere. It's that annoying. Because again, I remember in The Sims 2, you could paint over that. It was very easy. Sorry about any sniffling or throat clearing, I'm recovering from a cold. I think you can, I am very nervous about recording voiceover. I've tried it before, I've tried to do this video before, and I got really embarrassed and uncomfortable and had to stop. So what I've done, I've put on a playlist on YouTube, and I'm playing that while I talk. Maybe that'll hopefully make me feel less self-conscious about it. But you can tell that I'm nervous because I'm actually enunciating. I never usually do that. Betraying me roots. I was so excited to start on this house. Very well. I started it, I think, the back end of October, so I was still on the Halloween high. I was very excited about it, and I missed it already. But I was really excited to do like a witchy build. It's not just a Halloween thing for me, I do them all the time. I absolutely adore them, I think they're fantastic. I've got a whole save. I kept downloading custom content that was like a bit more witchy, a bit more gothic, and I could never use it because there was no place for it in the game. Like obviously I have like goth sims, but like there was just never, for the amount of custom content I had for it, there was never really anywhere to use it. So I made a whole separate save of just witch sims. Yeah, that's the one that I play with the most. I love this little kitchen, I'm dead proud of it. It's just like a dingy little kitchen, but I think it was a bit out of my comfort zone. I think it's turned out quite pretty. I'm quite proud of it. I'm quite pleased with it. I love building in the afternoon and evening states. It's just, it feels that bit more, well, it feels that bit less artificial. I don't know why, it's such a stupid thing to be nervous about, but I'm really nervous about doing this voiceover. You can probably tell. Although if I don't like it, I can just tweak it, so I don't know why. I suppose it's because I watch streamers that have been like doing this for a few years, and like they obviously have built up their confidence. And I'm not, I don't know, this is really just for fun and to test myself and to make friends more than anything. I don't want to be like, oh, is me at my most professional? I don't know, I'm not making any sense. But yeah, it's dead stupid of me to be nervous about this, because that's gonna happen. I just wanna, I don't know, I bring up the Sims in like real life conversations with actual humans, and they're always a bit, I forgot what I was talking about, I had to do something else for a second, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's the dining room, I'm dead proud of all the decor in it. Did you see that bloody skeleton? How many houses do you know that have a skeleton in them? A skeleton? I think there's one room in this house where I do a wall of mirrors. I think I've done that in every single like gothy or witchy build I've ever done. Just because that idea intrigues me so much. It's such a cool idea. I didn't come up with it, by the way. I'm not like tooting the own horn. I saw it on someone's YouTube video. A real life one, not a simple one. I'm not copying anyone, don't worry. Well, I suppose that could be called copying. Or taking inspiration from. That little pile of books is everywhere in this house. You're gonna get sick of looking at them. The wall of the spookiest paintings I could find. This one I didn't see in any YouTube videos, I just thought I tried to keep it pretty but also as creepy as possible. I build houses in a bit of a weird way. Just because, like, you see people build them and they start off with like a full shell and they go from there. And I go room by room. I've always found that easier than doing just a shell because I don't know. Maybe this is a bad way to build, but I usually don't go into it with like a full, like an end product in mind. I usually go into it thinking, okay, here's the back, kind of like when you start writing something based completely just off a vibe and don't know where you're going with it. Like here's what I want to convey, here's the type of Sims that I want to build for, and I find it quite difficult to do the shell before doing the rooms, because again, I don't know what I'm going to want to put in that room. Like, I might change my mind halfway through and put in bloody water feature in the middle of it, and then I've got to rearrange the whole house, and it's just, I don't know. I'm really impressed by people that can build like that, because I fucking can't. It's why I find shell challenges fascinating as well. The ideas people come up with, I just can't do it. It's a bit brown, this living room, isn't it? I was trying to go for like warm tones and like, I don't know, I was trying to convey sort of darkness but also like homeliness, if that makes sense. Hopefully I did that, but it is a bit brown. I think this is the room with the wall of mirrors, but I don't remember very clearly. I know I just complained about how brown it is, but I do think it's a very pretty little room. It takes me forever to build anything because I love adding little touches to everything. That's the reason I've had to split this video into two parts, because I've spent so long on the little details of this house. I don't like leaving things feeling sterile, like, or with too much space. I like cramped little spaces that are filled with stuff. Not necessarily like, not too busy, but enough to make it feel like a sim lives there, do you know what I mean? But then you, I don't know, I don't sort of like the formulaic sort of bedrooms with one bed, one dresser, and that's it. I like my rooms to have stuff in. If I'm building rooms with no like little finishing touches, because I either don't know much about the family that's going to be living there, or I've been working on it for way too long and I just want to be done with it. This was supposed to be a potions room at first, like a study / potions room, but it ended up just being a study. I didn't have room for the cauldron, unfortunately. I put that in the basement, giving them their own special like storage room with an adjacent magic room, which works out because then it's a little bit more hidden from non-witchy eyes. Then again, there's probably not any point to that because it's not like The Sims hide their witchcraftiness, is it? Or sorry, their spell castingness. Yeah, this room is a little bit dull at the moment. Bit. I think I put like some shelves in there, which, as we know, is the definition of spicing it up. This listening to music while I'm talking was definitely a good idea. I feel a lot more comfortable now that I've gotten started, which again is just stupid. There's nothing for me to be afraid of. I really like the double desk thing here. Just as a display thing, I just think it's nice. A little bit difficult to find things to say because obviously, like, I could sit here just going like, oh, now I'm doing this, now I'm adding decorations to this bloody thing, but you can see that, like, there's no point. Maybe I am still a bit nervous. It's the very first voiceover. So here I go, spicing it up with some shells. I actually do like how these shells turned out. Told you, there's so many of those powerful. Charm family is like a dead old witchy family, so it made sense to me that they'd have piles and piles and piles of books in their house. Like, they're always studying witchcraft, they're always trying to learn new things, they're always being massive elitists and all that. My library has more books than your library. I've never played with the Charm family, I'm not interested in them all. I am, however, interested in the, I suppose the, I don't want to say aesthetic, cause, like, I don't know, I feel like it'd be rude, but I don't know who it'd be rude to. Spellcasters aren't real in the same way that people practice witchcraft in the real world. So I don't know who I'd be offending, but what? Lost my train of thought. But yeah, alright, I suppose I'm more interested in the aesthetic of the Charm family. Like the old long family of witches. It's really interesting to me. It's a concept I've always loved. I actually, when I played The Sims 2, I always, whenever I played witches, which was a lot because I loved them, I would have like a long line of matriarchal witches, and it would always be like that. So I guess that's just a thing I've always loved. There was one game I had where I had, like, in The Sims 2 this was. It was a family of witches. They were rich, obviously, of course they were. And the grandma was very intimidated by her granddaughter. Like, she was a bitch, basically. Not the granddaughter, the grandma. And she, like, do you remember those, like, it was a bookshelf that you could put into your wall and it acted as a door that no one could get through? She installed one of those into the top floor of her house and locked her granddaughter in there until she became an adult. And then I decided that she should get to escape, but before I let her escape I had the grandma wipe the memories. Because that was a thing that witches could do. It was a lot of fun. The good thing about The Sims 4 or The Sims 2, this is going to make me sound like an absolute weirdo, but like if you keep, like, at least in your own household, if you keep a hostage locked in a room somewhere, they will stay in that room. But the problem with The Sims 2 is I would play with a different house for a while, and she'd be out, or she'd be like, or I'd see her like, or I'd see her like out at community lots when I was playing with other families. It always just broke the suspension of disbelief. And I am, by the way, I'm not a Sims 4 hater. I love The Sims 4 bits. There's so many ways in which it excels over other Sims games. But I just have such a connection to The Sims 2. I am going to talk about how much I love it a lot. I've never played The Sims 3 though. I've just never played it. I couldn't afford it when it first came out. Yeah, I just couldn't afford it and I never ended up playing it. I've got the base game now. I think I got it on sale, but I just haven't gotten around to playing it. I'm dead worried that now that I've played The Sims 2 and The Sims 4, it's gonna not live up to the hype. I'm a bit scared, that's why I don't want to play it. And also, I'm committed to my Sims games. I don't really have the time or brain power to be starting a new one in a different game. I barely play all the games as it is. Also, I've heard the loading times are absolutely ridiculous. Which is, you know, fair, but like, I have a life to live. I know it doesn't seem like it because I'm making a Sims 4 video, but like, I promise I do. Yeah, I wanted this to be like a cozy little storage room. A little rat thing. And a door that you can't get through unless you're a witch to sort of hide their witchy nature from their neighbours or visitors. and also because I ran out of textbooks to put down, I just started putting down cookbooks. Not to toot me own horn, but I feel like I nailed the vibe of the challenge really well. I feel like this is the right way to have gone with their house. I moved them back in once I finished renovating. I also think, like, in order for them to afford it, because it is quite a big and expensive house, I had to move in random Sims from different families. And I think they've ended up with just like a random child. So maybe that can be their girl in the attic. I don't know. I didn't want this house to look neglected or like it wasn't cared for, but I did want it to feel old. I didn't want it to feel like there was some history in it. So while the marks on the walls may not be pretty, I do think that they get across this old house and the old family. Probably shouldn't be messing with them. I wish there were more like pictures of sort of family photos, if that makes sense. Like obviously they can't be your Sims, but like just family photo-ish looking ones, if that makes any sense. Just because I'm sick of like putting those pictures of vampires on my walls to convey that like my family was there. Oh, this room I had no idea what to do with. It was gonna be like a greenhouse, sort of like a conservatory, like off the side of the house, but it wasn't nearly fancy enough. And you can't really do like, with the plan that I'd already set out, you can't really do like, because conservatories generally have like glass roofs. Couldn't do that with this house, unfortunately. I do love making conservatories, and I think they're good fun. I'm always dead jealous of people in real life that have them. I live in a council house and I'm not even allowed a cat flap, so that's not an option for me. Speaking of, my cat's just turned up outside my window. I know I've said this about every single room in this house, but I am dead proud of the upstairs. I just think it's lovely. I don't think a house is, for me anyway, I don't think a house is complete unless all the bedrooms have some personality in them. Again, if I don't put them in, sorry, I messed that sentence up. Again, if I don't put in sort of decorations and little tiny bits for bedrooms, it's because I've had enough and I just want it to be over. sort of like people do with bathrooms, you know? Like you, by the time you get to the bathroom, you're so done that you just want it to be over. Getting to the end of this video now. It is in 2 parts just because it ended up, I think both parts together ended up being about an hour and a half, which I cannot justify uploading as a single YouTube video, especially not for a Sims build. So I've split it up into 2 parts. I think they're both about 40 minutes each, which is much more manageable, I think, and much less likely to just be outright ignored. I love this bathroom. I think it's a lovely little bathroom. I love how dark it is. My dream bathroom, I think, is like a dark bathroom with copper sink and a copper bathtub and all of that. Ooh, that sounds great. Copper metal and matte black accessories. How fab would that be? That'd be great, I think. We're about to, I think this is the last minute we're about to get right into the end of the video, and I don't know if anybody watched this long, but thank you if you did. Thank you for listening to me be nervous for a bit, and if you stick around for the next part, then you will get to see the bedrooms being done. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit awkward and nervous. I'm sure that'll go away with time. But thank you for watching. And if anyone's still here, I guess I'll see you in part 2. Bye! Have a good day.